Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about how I budget my finances, like how I budget my money to ensure growth and also financial fulfillment. It's not like I'm really that's janded or that's into financial budgeting, but if you actually want to know the new trick I learned to budget my money that is working for me, so please stay tuned and I'm going to get back to you shortly. So first of all, you're going to be, if you want budgeting the money, you're going to be like, okay, when exactly do you get your money? How exactly do you get your money? Is it monthly pay? Is it like frequently, like maybe it just comes like a freelancer? You don't actually have a particular job where you're being paid monthly. You just have like a job that maybe comes sometimes in a month. You get like 2 freelancing jobs, sometimes you get like 3 freelancing jobs. But if you have a steady income, like there's a particular amount of time where your money comes in, so you are going to like check to know exactly how the finance is coming. Like, okay, for me right now, I'm a student anyway, and I'm mostly a content writer, so I have a contract I'm working on, so I get paid monthly at the end of the month. So I know that okay, at the end of the month I'm getting this amount of money. Okay, so this I'm going to be budgeting myself. And if I also get free money like from different sources, like different places that just come in, and like sometimes I got a cash that is unexpected cash that just come in, and I can also know how to budget this money. Okay, so how I do my budgeting is when I get that money, okay, at the end of the month the money is in now. Okay, so let's say I'm getting 50 or 100,000 at the end of the month. Let's just say, and let's say I'm getting it. Okay, so I just think of, because right now I'm just starting creative, so I'm really focused on my growth. I want to like grow more, maybe like in Canva designing, email marketing, digital marketing, also digital marketing, learn more about digital marketing, learn more about writing, and learn more about content creation on YouTube or anything. So these are things I want to grow more on, and these things require me to buy courses, require me to pay for classes, online classes, audio classes, or pay for access to a group. So I'm going to be like, okay, first of all, I say, okay, this is like maybe next month is December. I'll be like, okay, the month of December, what course do I want to like pay for? What course do I want to learn? I'm going to pick out one course I want to learn, or maybe an equipment I want to buy. Maybe okay, I want to buy a camera, or I want to buy a laptop, I want to upgrade my phone, I want to buy a tripod stand, or maybe it's a personal item like maybe a skincare kit, or maybe you want to buy dresses, like you just want to upgrade your wardrobe, change your wardrobe, buy a set of bags, buy a set of shoes. So whatever it is you want to like buy, okay, so that's like you bring out these items, you write them down. Okay, depending on your income, like as a starting creative, I don't really have that buoyant income. Okay, so my income is still very low, so I'm not really open to have the chance to like choosing like 3 or 4 things I want to buy. Maybe 1 course, 1 personal item, then 1 equipment, or 2 courses, or 4 courses, or 4 personal items, or 4 equipment. So I choose like one. Either I take a course, an equipment, or a personal item, or a course and an equipment, or a course and a personal item, depending on the price range of those things. So I just pick something out of those things that I want, because I want to also improve my growth while I'm still saving my money. Okay, so when I finish selecting this, and I share my money into 6 places, like I share my cash into 6 places. One is my tithes. If you pay tithes, okay, you can add in your tithes. Okay, then after cutting out my tithes, I cut out money for my data, because I actually work online, so I actually need continuous data. So I cut out money for data. Then I cut out my living expenses. As a student, my living expenses are not that high, so I calculate myself, cut out my living expenses, money for feeding, money for maybe taking myself out, okay, money for maybe if I want to get something like, okay, maybe a snacks and a necessary, maybe something I can call necessary, or maybe taking myself like what I call pampering myself. It depends. I just calculate my living expenses for the month. maybe for a book, a pen, or something, just anything that comes in that in my living expenses, buy tea, maybe I can buy tissue, buy toothpaste, buy this, buy that, you get soap and all that. I cut my living expenses out of that. Then after cutting out my living expenses, I cut out so I wanted to like I do something like this with my hair. So I wanted to do that. I don't know, I just like hanged. So after cutting out my living expenses, I cut out my emergency fund, like okay, in case of an emergency, okay, something comes up, I have somewhere that I can say, oh, I can just take money from and then sort out that thing. Maybe I have a equipment that's spoiled, or have something that I have to buy urgently that just came up, something I didn't expect in the month. Okay, so I also have to make plans for emergency. Then I make plans for my savings and my investment. So the systems I make my plans for, my tithe is going to be 1, then data is 2, living expenses is 3, I make provisions for my emergency fund, then savings is the 5th one, then I have my investments. Okay, so I actually like to divide my savings from my investments, because my investment is like a long-term thing. When I put in my investment, I don't actually put my mind into, okay, if something should happen, I have money here, I'm going to take. No, I see it as a money that is not mine, money I'm not going to be using for a long while. So I like cutting out my savings from my investment, because if something happens and okay, it's very, very urgent and very, very important, I can actually take money from my savings to sort that out. But I can't always get to my investments, because maybe I may have locked it up for 3 years, I may lock it up for 5 years, or maybe it's not even locked up, but I just don't want to be touching my investment money. So I actually separate my savings from my investments. Okay, that's why I separate my savings from my investments. The app I normally use for this, I use cowrywise, I use RiseVest. Then recently I started using Passfolio too. Okay, so when it comes to also savings, I have an account, like a separate account, that I don't have any ATM for. I don't have an ATM for the accounts. I don't have like I can't use the USSD code for the account, like online transaction for the account. I just drop in my savings money into it and I leave it there. That's the savings that I know, okay, I still have savings somewhere else in case, but I just drop this one because I'm not going to be using it. But if it's so urgent, then I have to go to the bank to like run through processes to be able to get to that money. So if that particular issue is not really that urgent, I don't get the urge to like take my money or something, you understand? Okay, so I just cut out the money that way. Then when I'm done with cutting out and separating my money in these 6 ways, that equipment or that course or that personal item I want to buy, I ensure that I pay for it immediately, because as they tell you, man and money does not stay. I'm not trying to say okay, you don't have discipline or you don't have control, but once you have money, different issues that you're going to use money to solve usually comes up. So I don't want that to be an issue for me. Okay, so I just pay for that course immediately, pay for that equipment, pay for that kit, pay for that item immediately. So like, okay, that money is out of the way, so I've used this money to achieve something, I've used this money for something, and it's out of the way. So if I actually want to go over my budget, I can't see where and how I'm going to be able to go over my budget. So this is actually how I budget my money, and at the end of the day I'm like, okay, I know where my money is going into, I know how I'm spending my money. If extra income, maybe like, okay, freelancing job, we can even like freelancing income, or income I get because I have an ebook. Maybe someone bought an ebook, but ebook sales is not really that stable for me. So okay, maybe someone bought an ebook, okay, or someone asked me to do something, write something, or maybe do something for them, or I do, because I normally do ushering jobs, or I did an ushering job and I got maybe a pay or something, all these irregular pays. Okay, when I get them, sometimes depending on how I'm for that month, like maybe some if I budgeted myself very well and I still have something that I'm surviving on, I'm very comfortably surviving on, I just transfer the money immediately to my savings. I don't even allow it to stay a day in my account. And sometimes when my ebook money, like the ebook pay, I just send my savings account immediately to the person. Person shouldn't send it directly to my book, like my normal account I use, so I don't even get to touch the money. Money just enters into my savings account immediately. All these ways just help me like budget my money and save and everything and try to hit my goal. So I have like a money goal for the year. I haven't hit that goal, like to business, I haven't hit that goal. I might get towards hitting it, yes, but I haven't really hit that goal. Okay, so when I actually hit the goal, I'm going to like make a vlog of how I hit the goal, the ways I used to hit the goal, the apps, and then the different streams of income I used to hit the goal. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You're going to be seeing a lot more of vlogs from me and videos, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And then if you have any other way that you share your money or that you budget your money, because I asked a little person about it on my Instagram and someone was like she does 50, 20, 30. People share their money, some share their money according to percentage, some don't really like cut it the way I cut mine. But why I cut mine that way is because I'm just a starting creative and I want to make space for learning other things, like paying for courses and all that. Like this next month is December, I already have a course I want to pay for. I've already asked for the amount of the course. I already have an equipment I want to buy. I already asked for the amount of the equipment, and I've already started planning myself according to that. Okay, so these two things now are things I'm going to do. I'm going to like do for my growth in December. Any other thing I see, I'm going to be classifying it onto January. For January, I also have something I want to do, like a growth or a course I want to pay for, I want to do. So I just cut out my pay like that, so I don't overspend, like go over my budget or overspend, or at the end of the day, this is that I didn't save anything for the year or for the month or anything, or I don't know how my money went or how my money finished. So that's why I just budget my money this way. I actually learned this trick not long ago, I think last month or last 2 months. Last month I think, when I actually became very serious with my growth and then my personal growth and also my financial growth and then my work growth, my creative growth and all that. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this vlog. See you in my next vlog. Okay, before that, I think you're going to be seeing me with this hair in a lot of vlog because I'm about to create vlogs because I'm in school right now. We are going to see this place I'm using is very tiny. I'm in school and I just found this space and I think I'm not going to be staying in this room for long, so I'm trying to create and also have exams coming soon, so I'm trying to create. So I'm not going to say okay, because of exams I'm not going to be stable, I'm not going to be consistent. I actually want to be consistent and try to grow this page. So I hope you subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye.